What's up, my friends? Action Figure Junkie back with you with another custom action figure made from Marauder Task Force parts and accessories, and sweet amount of Hasbro thrown in for good measure. Who's this? It's pretty obvious, right? This is a current, modern, updated version of my favorite, your favorite, everyone's favorite ordnance disposal and small crevice crawler tunnel rat. Yeah, dude, check it out. So this is a representation of Tunnel Rat. One of my all-time favorite figures, came out in 1987. The original Tunnel Rat came out in 1987. Featured prominently in the G.I. Joe movie as one of the new recruits that was trained by Beachhead, an awesome feature in that movie. So it took me a while to make a Tunnel Rat, and I'd wanted to make one much earlier, but one of the things I had always loved about Tunnel Rat as a figure is that his stature was smaller, was shorter, he was a smaller, guy, hence why he was chosen to do things like be a tunnel rat. And I think that term came from Vietnam, obviously, where, there was a lot of tunnel warfare with the Viet Cong digging so many tunnels underneath the ground that GIs that would have to crawl into those holes and flush them out were called tunnel rats. And that seems like a fucking terrifying job. Yeah, I said the F word, and I'm probably going to start saying it some more often and some other curse words. I hope you guys aren't offended by that. I'm just not sure really what to do about the YouTube's new rules, because I'm not really sure I want my videos to be considered kid-friendly, and that's a discussion for another time. Because what kid is buying this action figure? They may look at it, but I doubt they'd even get it. It's a 32-year-old It's a representation of a 32-year-old figure. I don't know. So there's the Tunnel Rat. Now, we couldn't do a smaller stature Marauder Task Force custom because they only really make one size of bodies. They're all pretty much, around the same height, an average height for a soldier, maybe even a little above average. But I was compelled to make my own Tunnel Rat when MTF put out this pretty cool geared up figure that basically the moment you look at him, it's Tunnel Rat, but I tweaked it a little bit, added a little bit of my own flair, because like any, true customizer, you're never quite happy with what you're given. You always want to make it more your own. So I did go with the Hasbro head. As you can see, that's the original Tunnel Rat head from the 25th anniversary. Those eyes, though, man, I need to hire somebody who's really good at painting tiny things to fix those eyes. I know they're intended to look Asian, and Tunnel Rat was always intended to kind of represent Larry Hama, which is cool, but they're literally just slits on his face, and that's weird. I mean, I understand the concept of Asian eyes, but it's a bit extreme. But anyway, I kind of liked it better than the head that Marauder Task Force was putting with their Tunnel Rat, so I decided to go with it, and maybe I'll get somebody to help me paint a little bit, eyes that are a bit more humanoid and realistic. Anyway, so I went with that head. If you want to take a look here at this cool, the shoulder harness with the revolver, the big pistol revolver and grenade on it, that came from the original Tunnel Rat. Here, I don't really want to move him. Let's try to focus in. You see that there? With the bullet belt, that came with the original Tunnel Rat, and I thought it looked great on this one. That gun, that is an M60 or some other large caliber weapon. That came with the original Tunnel Rat. It had a scope on it, which is really silly, Hasbro. If you can find a picture of an M60 with a scope on it, feel free to show me, because that's kind of like putting a scope on a vibrator. It's just shaking too much. Why would you use a scope? It's not a sniper rifle. So I clipped it off, and I think it looks 10 times better and more realistic. Tell me what you think. What else is Hasbro? Oh, the bullet belt and the backpack. Now, the Marauder Task Force backpack was really cool, but I wanted a bullet belt that could feed directly into the backpack to look like, you don't ever want to know how much ammo your action figure actually lacks. And based on imagination, stop, check it out, dude. That dude is loaded for bear. There's a bullet belt feeding into the backpack. Who knows how much ammo is in there? Now that's a Hasbro backpack. I'm not sure what action figure it came with. Don't even ask me. I've got such an old collection of random gear and stuff that I don't know where they came from. I just keep them, and with the hopes of using them on somebody someday. So it did come in handy. I also attached this cool flashlight with the C-clip, because the original Tunnel Rat did have cool lights attached to his backpack to do that, you know, Tunnel Rat thing, going in tunnels. Tunnels usually aren't lit. I don't know how many tunnels you guys have been in, but I've been in a few, and they rarely have good light in them. So there you go. All right, now he's got some bombs on his back. Yep, that's what the Marauder Task Force guy came with, and I loved it. So basically, Tunnel Rat can get into a lot of small places, maybe remove bombs that he doesn't want there, and leave his. He can leave his bombs where he wants them. So I did paint his arms. Now, the original Tunnel Rat and the 25th anniversary Tunnel Rat had these cool black splotches on his arms. I never quite figured out if it was meant to be, you know, grease/dirt, or if it was meant to be camo he painted on himself, because he's also got it on his face. But I like to be true to the OG, so I did do some black color splotches. They're intentionally kind of shitty. Look. I didn't look, like, especially that one right there, I did not want them to look clean and good, because I just didn't feel like that would be Tunnel Rat. If he's putting camo on his arm, or if he's got grease or dirt on his arm, it's not going to be pretty and perfect. So I decided to do that. Or I just suck at painting and I'm trying to make up an excuse. You figured out either way. But yeah, the satchel bag with the knife, all this stuff comes kind of, you know, loose, and you put it where you want it. So I put it where I thought it would get the most effect. There's a nice little walkie-talkie for communications right there on the shoulder strap, because you would want that, you know, as close to the face as possible, similar to uniformed police officers who have their walkie-talkies right up on their shoulder, up on their shoulder/chest. What else can I tell you? The drop-down holster with a pistol, of course, because, you know, you need a sidearm, especially when you're creeping into the tunnels. Typically, Tunnel Rats would only have a pistol and a flashlight. In fact, if you're a Forrest Gump fan, there was a scene when, I think in Forrest Gump, where he was in Vietnam, where he actually went into a tunnel, and all he had is a pistol and a flashlight. Which is weird, because I think Tom Hanks is a bit of a big guy to be going into tunnel. I mean, he's not a huge guy. He wasn't, you know, obviously Michael T. Williams as Bubba was bigger, but I think Tom Hanks is probably like, what, 5'11", 6 feet tall, good-sized guy, but whatever. So this Tunnel Rat is not a smaller stature person. Maybe when Marauder Task Force eventually does make smaller stature people, we will trade it out, but it hasn't happened yet. And I don't have any hopes that it will. So this is my Tunnel Rat. I love him. I think he looks good. I posted some pictures on Instagram if you want to go check him out. Got some pretty good response. People thought it was a cool figure. And now you get to see the breakdown if you're inclined to have one made for yourself. Or, as I may have said before in these, I do commissions now. I've been doing them for quite a while. Got a couple of really satisfied customers out there. So if you want one like this, once Marauder does the restock on their website, which should be hopefully any day now, hit me up. I can make one like this for you. Well, I think that's it. This has been a longer video because this is a pretty detailed figure, and I really wanted to get into it and let you know what you've got. Hopefully you watched. Hopefully you were entertained the whole time as you listened to me ramble about Vietnam and Forrest Gump and all kinds of bullshit. Follow me on all the socials. Please check me out on Instagram, on Twitter. I just started a Reddit sub for action figure photography, because I got tired of posting my pictures that take me, you know, all this hard work and effort to put into, and then they get 2 likes next to a picture of an Iron Man in a box at Walmart that gets 140 likes. I think I'm posting in the wrong place, so I created a new subreddit for people that appreciate action figure photography, hardcore poses and kick-ass articulation and effects and all that good stuff. Check it out. So thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. As always, in parting, how do we do it?